up to the rest of us. Yeah, I think Hawkeyes need some of that. Hawkeyes, please stay warm. Shauna, you too. Yeah, we have folks, Canada, US, I think Mexico, New Zealand, Australia, anyone from India in the house. I won't call folks out, but please do come jump in the chat, say hi. If you're comfortable, you can say where you're joining from. Don't get too specific. All right, the recording is officially active, so we also get to welcome everyone joining in by replay. We're sad you couldn't be with us live, but I very much want to encourage you to be engaged in this lesson as you watch as well. You can still respond to Marla's questions either by typing in the chat where you're watching, or just say it out loud. No one's going to judge you. And if you have questions for Marla, for folks watching us live, please leave your questions in the live chat. And folks watching by replay, leave your questions as well on the page that you're watching. We'll leave that. I introduced myself to the folks here live, but to the folks watching by replay. My name's Bajir. I'm a bridge learner. I'm the founder of learnbridgeonline.com, and I'm really excited to welcome you all. I think many of you thinking about starting this learning bridge journey. Whether you know some, maybe a fair amount, or nothing at all about bridge, you're in good hands with Marla. She has been teaching one of her most popular classes on learnbridgeonline.com at the improver level, and this is a new cohort of learners that are coming together to learn bridge from scratch. So you're in the right place. And what I want to encourage you guys, it's an interesting thing. I'm assuming we're all adults here. If there are kids, you guys are welcome too, I suppose. We're all experts at different things now, whether it's running the household or running a business or doing our taxes. We have to be good at everything that we do. It can be strange to step back into a place where we don't know much. Embrace the opportunity to get things wrong. Answer questions, even if you don't think you know the right answer. This is a place where we will learn together. Your incorrect answers will not just give you, but other folks the greater chance to learn from this. So let's jump in. Let's be courageous. Let's support each other, and let's embrace the chance to be beginners. What a fun thing. It's like we're all back in school. All right, Marla Lawson, one of the most loved and respected teachers based out of New York City. She has been teaching at Honors Bridge Club, one of the largest bridge clubs in North America, probably the world. So you're in great hands with her. It's an absolute thrill having her teach her online lessons here at learnbridgeonline.com. Let me call her up. Thank you, Zoomer. I get excited, especially for these new beginner classes. All right, here she is. Hey, Marla.
Hi everyone.
Oh, I think we got a good crew.
Looks like it. It's great to see you all.
This should be great.
I will apologize because, of course, since I'm starting a new class, I have a cold. So don't mind my voice, and if I'm sniffling and coughing, I'm fine. I just have a cold. But I'm very glad to see you all that are here live, and welcome to everyone who's on the replay. Welcome to Bridge. So right. I'll just tell you a little bit about me. I've been playing competitive bridge for about 15 years and teaching bridge for about 4 years. And my day job is that I work for a nonprofit and I write grant proposals to raise money for cancer research. So I don't play bridge full time, as much as I think that might be more fun. But
Marla, I think the other work you're doing is, I don't want to say more important, but you keep doing it on both fronts, please.
Yeah, and it's important. So, right. And so a couple of ground rules. There are no stupid questions. I guarantee if you have a question, someone else has the same question. And even if you think someone else already asked this question, but I don't remember the answer, someone else also forgot the answer. I have asked my teacher the same question multiple times. There's nothing wrong with that. And yes, as Bajir said, it's kind of like a game of mistakes. We all make mistakes. I've seen the best players in the world occasionally make mistakes. Not many, but occasionally. So, and the important thing is just, you learn from your mistakes. And especially at this level, don't worry about it. We're going to get things wrong and we figure it out together. And the bottom line is, bridge is a card game. It's supposed to be fun. So if nothing else, let's all have fun.
That sounds great. Well, I'll turn it over to you, but I'll be here behind the scenes to help out. If anyone needs any help, just respond to the emails which we sent you. Otherwise, I'll come back at the end of the lesson to hop in just to say bye to everyone.
All right. Sounds good. All right. Here we go. Well, I told you a little bit about me. Now, let me ask all of you. I can see you're here from all over the world, which is fantastic. Just type in the chat, does anyone have any prior experience with bridge at all? And if you don't, that's perfectly fine. If you used to play all the time, that's perfectly fine too. Okay, yeah. Some people are learning. Some people have no experience whatsoever. And sure, you try learning from a book. I have to say, when I first started learning bridge, it was me and 3 friends armed with a book called Bridge for Bright Beginners and copious amounts of wine. And we did not learn the game very well. So you're better off starting with a teacher who hopefully I'll be able to give you some good guidance. Super. Welcome, everybody. Okay. Let's start with an introduction. Now let's see if I can get my slides. Here we go. Introduction to bridge. And as Bajir noted, we are starting from square one. So bridge is a card game. You play with a partner against another partnership. There are always exactly 4 players at every bridge table. And players are identified by the direction in which they sit, north, south, east, and west. This does not necessarily correspond to the geographic direction at the table. North and south are partners, and east and west are partners. The game is played with a deck of 52 cards, no jokers. There are 4 suits in the deck of cards: clubs, diamonds, hearts, and spades. And for future reference, in bridge, we refer to clubs and diamonds as the minor suits, and hearts and spades as the major suits. Each suit has 13 cards, starting with the ace down to the 2. In bridge, ace is the highest card, followed by the king, the queen, and the jack, and then all the numbered cards down to the 2, which is the lowest card. The ace, king, queen, and jack are called face cards because they have faces. Well, the ace doesn't really have a face, but they're not numbered. And the face cards plus the 10 are known as honors because they are the highest cards. And the other cards are called spot cards. So each player is dealt 13 cards, and this is known as a hand. So the whole deck is used. And another key concept that we'll get more into down the road, but one person at the table is called the declarer. The declarer's partner is known as the dummy. It is no insult to the declarer's partner. I don't know how they came up with that term, but the declarer's partner is called the dummy. And the other partnership is said to be on defense. We'll learn later how it's determined who's the declarer and what all this means. After the defense plays the first card of the hand, the dummy's cards are laid face up on the table for everybody to see. All the other 3 hands are closed. You only seen by the person holding them. And the declarer plays both the cards from their hand and the dummy's hand on the table. And I'm only telling you this now because this will be important when we look at some of the hand examples coming up, so you'll understand who's playing what. How to play a hand. Each player places the card face up on the table, going clockwise, and every 4 cards played in this manner is called a trick. Since every player has 13 cards, there are 13 tricks available in any given hand of bridge. The object of the game, do you remember this from playing Parker Brothers games when you were a kid? The object of the game is for you and your partner as a team to take as many tricks as possible, with the maximum being 13. So how do you win a trick? Well, as I said, the first player chooses a card in her hand, places it face up. This is called the opening lead. We'll get into later how it's determined who does that. And you go clockwise, and everyone puts a card face up on the table. And one of the key rules in bridge is that you must follow suit. So if the first player puts a club on the table, you have to play a club if you have one. And then the highest of the 4 cards in the suit that was led wins the trick. And the person who won the trick is now on lead and chooses the next card to play for the next trick. So, for example, the opening lead was the 9 of clubs. So you must follow suit. So the next player puts down the 10 of clubs. And the third puts down the ace of clubs. And the last player puts down the 3 of clubs. The ace, being the highest card in the suit, wins the trick. Now, again, if you have the 9 of clubs lead, followed by the 10 of clubs, and then someone plays the ace of hearts, which of these cards do you think is going to win the trick? Any thoughts? Yes, the 10 of clubs. The ace is high, but it's not in the right suit. So the 10 of clubs wins the trick. What if you don't have a card in the suit led? Well, you have to play a different card. This is called a discard. And obviously you want to throw away cards that are probably not going to produce tricks later in the hand. But sometimes you have to save those cards to guard other cards. We'll get into this more down the road. Deciding what to discard is actually a key component of the game, but that's way down the road. We're just doing the basics tonight. So let's look at some examples. Now, let's see. I want to share my screen. Here we go. Can you all see this screen? It's like a blue bar on the top and a bunch of little circles on the bottom. Great. Okay. So we'll start with some partial hands. No, not all 13 cards. So here we have, I don't know if you can see that the box is highlighted. The south box is highlighted. So south plays first. And they'll play the ace of spades, followed by the king from west. And then because south is declarer, you must also play north's cards. You play the 9 from north and the 10 from east. And the ace wins the trick. And it doesn't necessarily have to be a super high card. In this example, north starts off with the 5 of hearts, the 3 from east, the 2 from south, and the 4 from west. The 5 is the highest card, so the 5 wins the trick. Okay, and here again, we have to win one trick. Are we going to win this trick? We're starting from south. South is the one highlighted. So south plays the 6 of hearts, and west plays the 9 of spades. The 9 is a higher numbered card, but it's not a heart. So we play the 4 of hearts from north and the 5 from east. So the 6 of hearts is the highest card in hearts. So the 6 wins. Okay, and one more one-card example. Again, we're starting from south. We play the 2 of diamonds. And look at this. Everybody else has an ace. But the lowly 2 wins because that's the suit that was led. And that's the highest card played in the suit that was led. Okay, now we have to win 2 tricks. So, okay, I have a question. After a trick is taken, what determines who leads the next play? That's a good question. Whoever won the trick plays the first card for the next trick. Why would anyone throw away an ace? This was just for the example, yes. No one's going to throw away the ace. In the previous example, everyone had 1 card left. So they had to play their aces. But yes, normally you would not just throw away an ace. Okay, so North starts. And they can play the ace of diamonds. And then, because they won the trick, they play the next card. And the only card they have left is the 8 of diamonds. And the 8 of diamonds wins the trick. Okay, now we have to win 2 tricks. We get to play from both north and south. We're starting from south. Now, as we can see, north and south have the ace and the king of spades. Those are the 2 highest spades. But you have to make sure you play things in the right order. For instance, south can start with the ace of spades, but they have to make sure to play the 9, the smaller one, from north and save the king. And since south won that trick with the ace of spades, they play the next card, the 7 of spades, and their partner north has the king and wins the trick. So it doesn't matter which of you wins the trick. It's the partnership that has to win the tricks. Okay, let's see. I think we have one more from this set. Okay, now we have to win 3 tricks. Well, again, north and south together have the top 3 spades. But you just have to make sure that you don't swallow one honor with another. So we can start with the king if we want and play the small one from north. And then play a small one. And the ace and queen are now equivalent because we already played the king. And now the ace will take the 3rd trick. So we won 3 tricks. That seems pretty straightforward, right? All right. Okay, so now we've got some different suits involved. We have to win 2 tricks. And we're starting from the south hand. I don't know if you can see very well that the south hand is what's highlighted in yellow. So south has the king of spades and the 3 of hearts. And here, unlike in real bridge, you can see all 4 hands. Well, if we have to win both tricks, are we going to win anything in spades? Doesn't look like it because East has the ace of spades. And yes, Monty, the dummy's hand remains face up during the whole hand. But in hearts, I mean, South just has the lowly 3. But if we look at the other hearts around the table, North has the 7 and the 6. which are the highest ones. So from South's perspective, we're not going to play the king of spades right now. We're going to start with the 3 of hearts. And North can win with the 7. And now North is on lead because they won this trick with the 7 of hearts. So they'll play the 6 of hearts. And everyone has to play the card that they have. And all those honors are wasted because North led a heart, and the top heart, the 6, wins. Actually, I think we go to number 4 next. Okay, so similarly, we have to win 2 tricks, and we're starting from North this time. Well, North only has hearts. But let's look carefully. If we start with the 9 of hearts, we'll win that trick. But now we have to play the 3 of hearts, and it's not the highest heart. So East will win. So instead, look at what South's got. South has the second highest heart after the 9, the 6. And after that, South has the diamond, the only diamond. So North has to play their smaller heart to bridge to the South hand. That's how the game got its name. Now South is on lead because South won this trick with the 6 of hearts. And they play a diamond, and it's the only diamond. So the diamond wins the trick. Does that make sense? That might have been a little confusing. But you have to think about what's in both hands. Who's going to play the lead to the next trick? And how you're going to get from one to the other. Okay, this one might be a little more straightforward. We have to win all 3 tricks. And we're starting from the North hand. Well, this looks pretty good. We got King, Queen, Jack of diamonds in the North hand and the Ace of diamonds in the South hand. What's the problem? Again, we have to play them in the right order. Or what happens is we call it the suit will be blocked. Because if you start with the king, okay, that's grand, the king wins. But now you play the queen, and South has to win with the ace. And the only card they have left to play is the 2 of hearts, which is not high. West wins with the 7 of hearts. So instead, you can play the king, but you must overtake with the ace. And now South won with the ace, and they have another diamond, so they play their other diamond, and North wins the second diamond with the queen, and now North gets to play the first card to the next trick, and they play the high Jack of diamonds. Does that all make sense? Hopefully. Okay. Now here we have to win 4 tricks. And we're starting from the North hand. North's got 4 spades, Ace King 4th, and South's got Queen Jack 3rd. Who is playing dummy's hand? Well, we're playing both North and South hands. So technically, I guess South would be the declarer and North would be the dummy. And so South would play both South's hand and North's hands. But we're playing both North and South. And it's Not clear at this point who is the dummy because we don't have a full hand in front of us, but the key point is that we're playing from both the north and south hands, and we're looking at what's in both of those hands combined to maximize our tricks. So yeah, dummy doesn't play, correct. Dummy sits there and smiles. Okay, so north and south together have to win 4 tricks. And I see 4 high spades. And north is highlighted, so we have to start from the north hand. And again, we have to play things in the right order, or the suit will be blocked. So we start with a small one to south's queen. And this is a concept called honors from the short side first, because south started with 3 cards and north started with 4. So you want to win the honors from the short side, south, first. Okay, the queen of spades wins. Now we'll play the jack of spades and play the small 8 from north. So the jack wins the trick, and south is still on lead. They can play their last spade, and north will win with either the ace or the king, and then the last spade from north will be good. See how that works? Okay, let's see here. Oh, now we got 3 different suits. And we have to win all 4 tricks. We're starting from the south hand. Well, south's got some nice diamonds. Ace, king, queen, small. And look, partner has the jack. So we can take all 4 diamonds as long as we play them in the right order. So south has to start with the small diamond and let north win with the jack. And then north can play their remaining diamond to the south hand, and south can win with the ace and the king and the queen of diamonds in whatever order they like. Does that all make sense? And if anything is confusing, please tell me to slow down or go over it again. I'm not worried to do that. I want to make sure everything is clear. Okay, great. All right. So once again, we have to win 4 tricks. And we're starting from the south hand. Well, this looks pretty nice. We've got the ace of spades, king, queen, jack of hearts in the south, and the ace of hearts in the north. But you have to be careful, because if you don't play them in the right order, the wrong person is going to be on lead, and then you will lose a trick. Can anyone see in what order we have to play these in? And yes, it's a general rule. It's not like a law of bridge. You're not going to go to bridge jail if you don't do this. But generally, yes, honors from the short side first, or else the suit can be blocked. So, all right, you guys are getting this. You play the jack of hearts to the ace. And now you can get back to the south hand with a spade. Can we assume when south leads that north is the dummy and vice versa? I suppose so. Keep the ace of spades for the kill at the end. Well, you need the ace of spades, not necessarily for the kill at the end, but to get back to the south hand so you can cash the other 2 winning hearts. All right, I need a sip of water here. Okay. Could you have won if you started with the ace of spades? Let's see. The problem is, if you start with the ace of spades and now play a heart, North is forced to win with their ace, and North is on lead. And all North has left is the 9 of spades, which is not high, or the 9 of diamonds, which is not high. So that's a very good question. Let's see. So now they play the 9 of diamonds and West wins with the queen. And now West is on lead and they have the high spade. So we only won 2 tricks. Okay. Let's look at some other examples. All right, we have to win 4 tricks. And we're starting from the south hand. Well, doesn't look quite as certain this time, does it? I mean, we have the ace, king of diamonds in the north hand and the queen in the south hand, but the rest of them are all small. But this gets to another important concept: the shape of the hand and winning tricks with length, not only with high cards. So we have 4 diamonds in the north, 4 in the south, and we can see that East has 3 and West has 2. So we say that the diamond suit is divided 4-4-3-2. That's the shape of the diamond suit. And even though we only have 3 top diamonds, because we have a total of 8 and we're missing 5, when you're missing 5 cards, they will split 3-2 2/3 of the time. So that's easy to remember. And if they split 3-2, we can take the 3 with our ace, king, queen, and our 4th diamond will be good. Observe. So we'll start from south, and we'll play the ace, and now we'll play the king of diamonds, and now play a small diamond to the queen, and now we have to play from south, and we have the only remaining diamonds. So we won 4 tricks. We won a trick with length. Oh, geez, now we have to win 5 tricks. Well, again, spades looks like the best bet because we have ace, king, queen in the 2 hands. And we have 5 spades in the south hand. And the bridge pro Marty Bergen said, I never met a 5-card suit I didn't like. 5-card suits are gold. So we're starting from the south hand. And yes, honors from the short side first. So we'll start with a small spade up to the king. And then play another spade down to the ace. And we'll play the queen. And because the spades broke 3-2, the last 2 spades are good because they're the only spades left. So see, even though they were just the 4 and the 3, the little baby spades, they're small but mighty. If they're the last ones left, they will win the trick. I especially like winning a trick with like the 2 of the suit. It's very rewarding. Okay, we have to win 6 tricks. We're starting from south. Well, all south has is diamonds. But we have a lot of them. We've got 6 diamonds. Can all 6 diamonds be good? Well, once again, the shape of the suit. It's 6, 3, 2, 2. And between north and south, 6 plus 2 is 8. So we're missing 5 cards. They'll split 3, 2, 2/3 of the time. So the odds are in our favor because we have ace, king, queen, that if they split 3, 2, our ace, king, queen will eat up all the high ones, and the rest of our diamonds will run, as they say. But honors from the short side first. So we'll start with a small diamond to the ace, and then play another diamond back to the king, and play the queen. You see, we're discarding from north. We're discarding clubs. That's all we have. And that's all the diamonds. So now the 9 and the 4 and the 3 are all good. How about that? Couldn't you have started with the king or queen as well, and the ace would wait? Well, the problem with that is if you start with the king or the queen, then when you play the next one up to the ace, north doesn't have any more diamonds to play back to you. They have to play a club. Right. Okay, so we have to win 4 tricks. We're starting from south. Well, our only hope here, because we have 4 hearts and north has 3, that's 7. There are 6 left. And our only hope is that they will split 3, 3. That is actually against the odds. But here we can see that they have split in our favor. So we have to start with the ace, and then the king. Come on. And then the queen. And phew, they split 3, 3, so the 6 is good. If you start with the 6, someone else will win. And then what'll happen? Let's see what happens. I don't think it'll work. Well, yeah, you can't win all 4 because now they're going to play a spade. Right. So they'll have to play a heart next. So you'll win 3 tricks, but you won't win 4. Okay. We have to win 4 tricks. Well, I likes the look of the club suit. Now, again, we only have 7. We're missing 6. The chances of them dividing 3, 3 are against the odds, but that's kind of our only chance. And since we can see all 4 hands, we can see that they divided 3, 3, but we have to play honors from the short side first, starting from south, which is the short side. So we'll play the king, and then the queen of clubs, and play our little club up to the ace. And because they split 3, 3, this baby 4 of clubs will win the trick because it's the last club. Okay. Now we have to win 4 tricks. Well, We have a total of 5 cards, so we can lose 1. Does anyone have any thoughts? Sometimes, this will be an example of this, you have to lose a trick in order to set up other tricks. That's called establishing a suit or establishing a winner. So we have 2 spade winners in the south hand and 1 heart winner, the ace, in the north hand. That's only 3. We need a 4th winner. And we have length in spades. So we can see that if we cash the ace and the king of spades to start, now if we play another spade, East will win with the queen, but then East will be forced to play a heart. And who has the ace of hearts? North. And now the 7 of spades is high. And that's our 4th trick. So we had to lose a trick to gain a trick. And again, we have to win 4 tricks. We got 5 cards here. Any thoughts about this one? The ace and the king of diamonds are high. All the other diamonds are little ones. But we have 4 of them in the north hand. Do we have another winner somewhere? What about in clubs? Yeah, the 10 of clubs is a winner. So we can do the same thing we did last time. We're starting from south, so we'll play a diamond and another diamond, and then give up a diamond because we can see all the cards. West will win with the queen, but now they're forced to play a club. And North will win the club with the 10. And then the last diamond is good. So that's one of the intricacies here of bridge. Sometimes you have to lose a trick to set up other tricks. Okay. Now we got a whole hand to deal with. And south is the declarer. So north is the dummy. So south is playing for both north and south. And the contract is 1 no trump. That means there's no trump suit. We're not going to deal with trump suits for a while. And 1 no trump means we have to take 7 tricks. We can get into this more down the road, but basically, as I said, there are 13 tricks in any given hand. If you divide 13 in half, it's 6.5. So the first 6 tricks are book, and they don't count. It's every trick after that that you need to win. So if you have a contract at the 1 level, you have to win 6 plus 1 tricks, 7 tricks. So the contract here is 1 no trump. So we have to win 7 tricks. And no trump, we start by counting our immediate winners. The 5 of hearts is showing because that is the opening lead. by the defense from West. West played the 5 of hearts. So the first trick, we have to play hearts. But what's our plan? How can we take 7 tricks in total? Well, which top tricks based on high cards do we have? We have all 4 aces. And in the club suit, we also have the king, the queen, and the jack. So we have all 4 high clubs and the other 3 aces, 5, 6, 7, that's our 7 tricks. So we can win the ace. And now let's play our clubs. That's 1. And the jack is 2. Here the club suit was 4-4 equal length, so it doesn't matter which side you win from first. And the king of clubs, that's trick number 4, or 5 rather. And the ace of diamonds is 6. And the ace of spades is trick 7. How about that? Okay, now this contract is 2 no trump. So 2 plus 6 is 8. We have to take 8 tricks. Well, I see most of the strength in the south hand. South is the declarer. How many tricks do we have? Well, we have all 4 aces and length and diamonds. Ace, king, queen, jack, 10. So 5 diamond tricks plus the 3 aces. That's 8 tricks. Now, this one is 3 no trump. 3 plus 6 is 9. We have to take 9 tricks. Can anyone see what are the top tricks that are available immediately from both hands? Starting with spades. How many spade tricks can we take right now with high cards? 3. Ace, king, queen. And how many hearts? 1, just the ace. And how many diamonds? 3. So what are we up to now? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And how many clubs? Just 1. So that's 8. So where are we going to get a 9th trick? Well, we have 8 tricks with high cards. The other way to take tricks is with length. So we have to hope that the diamonds split 3-2, because then the ace, king, queen will capture the other 3 high ones, and the 4th diamond will set up. Let's see how we go. Oh, honors from the short side first. We've got to start with the king. Oh, well, we have 4 on both. Okay. Ah, good. They split 3-2. Perfect. So our 9 of diamonds is high. That's trick 5. Now honors from the short side first. For spades, we have to start with the king, then play the spade back to south, and we can take the queen and the ace of clubs is trick 9. Okay, let's see. I think I can do 2 more here. We got to take 9 tricks. What happens when you have 5 in each hand? Which side is short? How do you decide? Well, if you have equal length in both hands, you don't have a short side. So then it's more about what we call transportation and where you want the lead to be after you take that trick. That will be more strategic down the road, but that's a good question. Okay, so we have to take 9 tricks. How many tricks do we have in spades? 1. How many tricks in hearts? This is a trick question. We have the ace, king, queen. Right, but that's only 2 tricks. It's not 3 tricks because the suit is, as we say, mirrored. You have 2 cards in each suit. So the king is going to swallow up the queen. So you've only got 2 heart tricks, even though you've got 3 top hearts. So 1 spade, 2 hearts, and no diamonds immediately. How many clubs immediately? 2, the ace and the king. Well, that's only 5 tricks, and we need 4 more. Did I count right? 1, 2, 1, 2. Yes, we need 4 more. Yeah, Monty's got the right idea. If we flush out the ace of diamonds, we will establish the diamond suit. Also, because we have 8 of them, 5 plus 3, so then if they split 3-2, once the ace is out, then even the smaller diamonds will be winners. Why wouldn't you have at least 3 diamonds if you can keep the lead? Well, that's a good question. But I'm talking about immediate tricks that you can take right now. And right now, none of those diamonds is the high card because the ace is still out. Once the ace is gone, at least 2 of those 3 cards, the king, queen, and jack, will be winners. But you can't count them as immediate winners. They will need to be established by forcing out the ace. So, well, we're going to win this trick. In this particular case, it doesn't really matter which hand we win it in, but let's win it in the north hand. Now, we want to force out the ace of diamonds. We have to do that right away while we still have aces in the other suits. So if they switch suits after winning the ace of diamonds, we'll win the trick. So play a diamond right away. And they just took their ace, so they made it easy for us. And they're going to play another heart. But because we didn't cash our ace of hearts right away, now we can win with the ace and cash the rest of the diamonds. And it looks as if they split. So even the little 7 of diamonds is good. Okay, that's trick 6. And the ace of spades is 7. Ace of clubs is 8. And the king of clubs is 9. And I think that's all we're getting on this hand. Yeah, they're going to take the rest of them. There may have been a reason to let North take that. I'm not sure I understand the question, but you may be hinting at something that, yes, East didn't have to win their ace immediately. That's called holding. Oh, I said it didn't matter. On this particular hand, I don't think it matters whether or not you win the first trick in the North or the South hand, because either way, you'd still have a stopper remaining and you could get back to the diamonds in the South hand. So let's see. We have time for one more? I think we have time for one more. Ha! 6 no trump. 6 plus 6 is 12. We have to take 12 of the 13 tricks. This, by the way, 6 no trump. This is called a slam contract if you have to take 12 tricks. Well, okay. What are our winners? It's easier in this case to start from clubs. How many club winners do we have immediately that we can take right now? I see 3, ace, king, queen. And in diamonds, also 3. We have ace, king, queen, jack, but the suit is mirrored. So we're going to get 3 diamond tricks to go with the 3 club tricks. And in hearts, ace, king, queen, that's 3 more. That's 9. We need 3 more tricks. From whence shall they come? Spades. Has to be spades, right? We can't get any additional tricks from the other 3 suits because we only got 3 cards and they're all winners already. But we have to force out the ace of spades. So, once again, we'll win this trick and immediately work on spades. Now, sometimes the defense may not play their ace right away. And if they don't, that's fine. You just keep playing yours until they play the ace. But they made it easy for us. They played their ace right away. So now the ace is out and the king, queen, and jack of spades are good. Actually, the king, queen, jack, 10, 9 of spades are good. So now we have the other 2 hard tricks. And here, see, now each suit is mirrored. And you can definitely get back and forth between them. So it doesn't matter. There's no short side. It doesn't matter which order you play it in. Just don't swallow up any honors. So king, queen, and jack of spades. And the ace of diamonds. And the king of diamonds. And the queen of diamonds. And now, yes, so the ace of clubs, pitch a little one, and the king, and the queen of clubs. And there's your 12 tricks. Phew! All right. I think that's it for today. Where's my video? There I am. So I hope that you had fun. You got a taste of bridge and the idea of taking tricks. We will expand on this more next week and look at some other ways to take tricks. There's lots of ways to take tricks. And so at its core, the game is pretty simple. You just want to take as many tricks as possible. But then there's lots of layers in that to make it lots of fun.
Thank you so much, Marla. Thank you, everyone, especially folks who are able to join us live. I'm so impressed with these guys already making their slams.
Yeah.
Now, just I do want to say for folks watching live or the recording, if it feels like a lot, if you're a little bit confused, if you're a lot of confused, don't worry.
Don't worry.
That's a very common feeling. We work through it. All of these things that Marla has introduced, she keeps returning to. Your comfort, your familiarity with all of this increases with time. So, as well as everyone has done, if you are also confused, if steam's coming out of your ears, don't worry. That's also an appropriate response to your first bridge lesson.
Well, I'm glad you all had fun, and I hope to see you next week.
It should be great. So so lesson 2 will be next week, same time, same place.
Mhm.
Folks who registered for this, keep an eye on your inbox. I'll send a link to this lesson's recording so that you can revisit it. You could take your time, pause it, think about it, go through it at a slower pace if you like. And just one request. Bridge, of course, is great for making new friends, whether it's local friends at your bridge club or it's friends from around the world in our virtual classrooms. Bridge is also a lot of fun to learn with your friends. So if you have any friends, maybe they like playing card games, but they never got into bridge. Maybe you just think they have the brain for this. Invite them to next week. Send them the replay, which I'll send you shortly. We'd love to invite your friends as well. So please help spread the word for lesson 2 next week. Marla, that was a lot of fun. Thank you.
Great. It was great to see all of you.
This
Have
was
a
great.
wonderful week.
Yeah, and what a friendly group. Thank you also. A shout out to the LBO regulars, Shauna, other folks here who came to cheer the new beginners on. That's really cool of you. Well done. And
Yes, thank you.
Isn't that sweet? So we'll look forward to seeing you next week. Thank you for taking this time to spend with us. And thank you, everyone, for inviting your friends as well. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye, Marla.